Groggy's Outdoors tip of the week. This week we're going to talk about mouth calls a little bit. This is a call that I had last year that I used a lot. Works really well. I used it so much last year I actually just about all the tape was gone off of it. So the other day I went ahead and stripped all the tape off of it the rest of the way. The reeds are all still good. So I'm going to show you how to put new tape on a mouth call. Okay, retaping a mouth call, it's pretty simple. You can go on a computer, Google up, tape for mouth calls for turkeys. I'm sure you can find this tape. It's pre-cut. All you got to do, peel off the backing. Okay, you got a piece that looks like this. You're going to take your mouth call. You got the frame. You got the latex reeds. You're going to line it up right with those notches. Okay. That's what you want to do right there. Just line that up good. Get that good and straight. Put those notches on there. Just like that. You want to center it up. On there, good. Okay, just like so. Hope you can see that. Once you get that centered up, it's just a matter of folding it over in half, like so. Push the aluminum frame down on the tape good. And you just fold it up over the bottom of the aluminum frame, back over the top of itself. Just like that. I'm just going to press it all down together good and flat. And that's it. Now you have a retaped mouth call. Okay. A lot of these, when you get these out of the package brand new, they'll have a lot of tape on them like this. One thing people don't realize they can do is you can trim this down. Trim this tape down to where it's smaller so it'll fit in your mouth better. You can trim this to fit your mouth. Still get a good seal. Best way to do it if you've never done it, just start out just trimming off just a little bit at a time. Put it back in your mouth. Try it again. See how it does. If you still think you got too much tape on it, trim it off just a little bit. Just make sure you keep doing a little bit at a time instead of a whole bunch at once. Okay. Just make sure you get that tape worked in good around that frame. Make sure it's all sealed up good. Stuck real good. And like I said, once you're done with that, get you a pair of scissors, good pair of scissors, trim it to fit your mouth. I've done this long, I know pretty much about how much to trim off to start with. So this was something that took me a long time to figure out. This is probably the hardest turkey call to learn how to use. There's really no secret to it. A lot of people claim different stuff on using a mouth call. The best tip I got for you on using a mouth call, just keep trying different ones, different reeds, different cuts, all that until you find one that you like. I mean, that's what I eventually had to do. A lot of people say, well, just start with a little two reed call, and you know, for beginners and all this and that. I tried all that stuff. I couldn't get a mouth call to work at all. I found for the most part I use a 3-reed call all the time. Just about every mouth call that I got now is a 3-reed. You can go to these different cuts. It'll make them sound a little bit sharper, a little bit harder sound. But these calls they're making today, they're good calls. There's no reason you can't find one. Like I said, trim it down to fit your mouth. Once you get it all good and it's fitting your mouth good, just keep practicing with it. Practice, practice, practice some more. You'll eventually figure it out. Your Augie's Outdoors tip of the week. You got one retaped mouth call ready to use again this year, because I wore the tape off of it last year. So okay, we got this call all retaped now, trimmed it down about where it should be at. We're going to give it a shot, see how it sounds. You know, just take those toothpicks, put a toothpick between each reed to keep it dried out. You don't want to, if you don't do that, they'll stick together. Okay, you just wiggle those a little bit, slide them out. Just going to take that call, going to wet them reeds down. Just a little bit in your mouth. You always want to put your tab off your frame down. Okay, put that down in your mouth. Just goes on top of your tongue and the roof of your mouth. And you use your tongue to control those reeds to make the sound. It's what there is to calling turkeys. It's pretty simple. It takes a lot of practice to use that mouth call, but it's very effective. It's hands free. You can sit quiet. You can sit still without much movement, especially when them turkeys get in close. That's what you got to do. You can't move at all. You got to be like a rock when they get close to you. If you move at all, they'll see it. They'll booger out of there. You won't get a chance to shoot them. Another little quick tip for you. If you find if you're using mouth calls, after a few days you start getting a little bit of a scratchy, sore throat. It's from the bacteria building up on the call. What I always do every year, I take a little plastic container like this. I mix up about 50% mouthwash, 50% water. When I get through practicing that day, I always put toothpicks between the reeds to open them up. I'll set it down inside of this mixture and let it set for 3 to 5 minutes. Take it out, rinse it off with water, then just lay it down on a paper towel or something and let it air dry real good before you put it back in the container. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Augie's Outdoors. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys get a turkey this year. Remember, secrets in the turkey woods, they're out there. Everybody should use them. I guarantee you kill turkeys. When you get ready to shoot them in the pecker.